Okay, hi everybody. If you were just joining us for the EO Movement Business Mastery course, go ahead and just mute yourself so that we can hear our amazing, beautiful presenter today. Sorry, I look a little tired today. That's just my life right now. Okay, anyway, Jen is absolutely incredible. I just had the random opportunity to meet her. We were both headed to an entrepreneurial summit in Ohio, and I think we met in standing in line checking into our hotel, right?
You did, yeah. You had a DoTerra bag, and I was like, "Pardon me, are you a part of DoTerra?"
I am.
Why, yes, I am.
We instantly became inseparable, and the more I learned about Jen, the cooler she got. She was already cool when I met her, but I was like, you are absolutely amazing. She is a women's leadership coach, a master life coach, a manifestation expert, and the creator of the Mavros method of manifestation. Knows all things holistic and is an internationally certified and licensed life coach, and has received training in neuro-linguistics programming. That sounds really cool. And you're obtaining your doctorate in metaphysical science. You're also an energy worker. And one of the things I was really impressed by you is some of the things that you taught me about meditation and visualization. And this is something that I have learned to be so powerful, especially in today's noisy world. Like, we're just filled with so much noise. We get on social media and it's just blaring at us, and it's really easy to get overwhelmed by it. And I'm learning more the power of visualization and manifestation. And you taught me something, and I'll have to tell you what happened later on, but I
Oh,
am
cool.
so excited for you to share with us your secret sauce to soul-inspired success. It sounds so yummy. And the other thing that I love is, it's such a good time to have you on because it's January. We are all gearing up for the new year. We are ready to go. So lay it on us, Jen. Lay it on us. Where do you want to start?
Oh, thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. I just love you, and I really feel that our connection was divinely guided for sure. So, hello everybody. How is it going? I'm Jen Mavros. Oh, I see some thumbs up. I love that. Welcome. I am absolutely blessed to be here with you guys and gals. I don't know if there's any dudes on the line, but all of you beautiful souls, beautiful people. And so I actually, you just mentioned visualization. I actually want to specifically, I'm not a politically oriented person by any means, but I hear and I feel a lot of like energy and stuff that's going on right now. So if you guys don't mind, I actually just want to do some deep breaths really quick, just to kind of recenter, like center ourselves in this present moment, in this experience together, so we can really essentially recalibrate our energy. So what I ask for you to do, please, if you don't mind, put down whatever you got in your hands, mute your cell phones. This is just going to be really quick. Little recalibration. The salad, we got to put the salad down for a second. I know there's someone over that has a salad. Just make sure your body language is open, receptive. So make sure that your legs are not crossed, your arms are not crossed. You're literally in a physical space of openness. And close your eyes. Just close your beautiful eyes. And when we do this breath, just take a deep breath in through your nose, and then you're going to exhale out your mouth. And then as you exhale, literally just be, and I'm going to walk you through that, just kind of feel your body just starting to melt, like any tension that you feel in your shoulders, in your stomach, in your head, anywhere, just let that start to melt down to the floor. So let's take our first deep breath, my loves. Take a deep breath in through your nose, breathe in, and exhale out your mouth. Good. Let's do that again. Another deep breath in through your nose. You're breathing in life, and exhale out your mouth. Let's do one more of those. Take a deep breath in through your nose. All that stuff is melting away, and exhale out your mouth. Perfect. Just sit here with me for just a moment. We're going to create our own space right now together. All of the people that are in this beautiful space with us, we're actually going to be creating our own container where the stuff on the outside, the worldly stuff, it's not penetrating our container right now. It's just us. So let's take one more deep breath and we'll open our eyes and we'll begin. Another deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out your mouth.
Oh my goodness.
And open your eyes when you're ready. And you might want a little shaky out a little bit. I know for me, I do a lot of yawning when I'm coming out of stuff like this. So Callie, did you just say, oh my gosh? Did somebody just say, oh my gosh, or something? Did I? Maybe not. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Just like shake your head. Yes? Okay, cool. Awesome. So let's go ahead and start. I want to talk to you today. This is super off the, I'm doing like freestyle today. So I want to talk to you. We last year, so year of 2016, if you know anything about numbers, I want to jam out with you really, really quickly about numbers and kind of like numerology-ish. And so last year was actually the universal year of 9, which means we are wrapping up a cycle, like this long cycle of several years. And I don't know if you guys experienced this. I know I did. There were so many lessons, like deep lessons. Like I felt like I was like inside like a dryer, just like constantly be thrown around, but in a good way, like messy lessons, but they were beautiful at the same time. And so there was a lot of the energy, kind of like the collective energy, which is like the energy of all people in the world. There seemed to be a lot of like chaos happening, a lot of friction. And so as we're moving into this new year now, which is the universal year of 1, which is so incredible for actual quote goal setting, for your dreams, your desires, your visions, because this is the perfect time to start a new cycle. And so I like to think of it as we're planting these seeds of intention into this year, not only this year, but also the years moving forward for this whole cycle. So with all that being said, I personally don't like to do New Year's resolutions. I don't believe that they're very effective, because if you think about kind of the energy behind a New Year's resolution, if you think about, how does it make you feel? A lot of times they're created at what I like to call a surface level wants, where we're looking around and we're like, oh, that might look like a cool thing to have, or that looks like something I might want. And so you're just kind of like subconsciously collecting things that you may not actually really want at a soul level. And so a lot of goals are created at this level, especially during the New Year's resolutioning. So I like to say unresolution yourself. Let's get out of that, because when you're creating your goals and your dreams and your desires from a surface level of wants, you actually step into a space of forced willpower. And willpower only lasts for so long. If it's forced willpower, I mean, typically, and this is not to frustrate you or let you down, I'm all about empowering you. But statistically, people that enter into New Year's resolutions, 90% of the people are actually going to fall out of their resolutions within the first month, which we're approaching that month timeline. So I personally like to really deepen that into my soul, my heart of hearts. And so I like to create from a space of desire and creation from my soul, rather than just these surface wants. So to do that, I actually have some questions that I want to ask you guys today. These are called intrinsic questions. And intrinsic questions are basically questions that really have you go inside yourself for the answers. Because a lot of times people think that the answers are outside of themselves. They think it's in another person. They think it's in a thing. They think that, oh, if I just had this, or if I could just get more money to do this, then I would be able to do whatever, X, Y, and Z. So in actuality, it's false. It's a false realization. So deepening into these, I had the first question that I have for you that is almost like what I consider like the root foundation for really tapping into your soul's desires from a space of limitless possibility. Because I'm all about like, let's create anything. Let's do anything that you could possibly imagine is possible to some degree, right? So This first question I call is your spiritual vision, which is, I don't know if you guys want to write this down, but it's essentially, who do you want to show up in the world as? Like, who are you as this beautiful soul that's journeying through life? You're navigating through life's, struggles and trials and tribulations and all the beautiful and amazing things that come up. So who do you actually want to be in this world? And this is being an intrinsic question. You may sit on this and chew on it for a while, and really just, I would encourage you to give yourself space to answer this. Because if you know who you are when you show up, you will be able to navigate and kind of compass through the things that do not serve or align with your deepened understanding of who you want to show up in the world as. So that would be the first question. Does anybody have any first, I'm very experiential when I'm doing trainings and when I'm coaching. So I would love to hear from somebody who has any insight on just your first initial pings. There's no right, there's no wrong answer. It's what's true to you. And another little side note too, the things I'm talking about, I want you to take what feels good for you. I am not trying to push my beliefs, my understandings of the world, my perceptions upon any other person. I'm just telling you, what I know to be true up to this point, my experience, my professional expertise as well. So you take what little nuggets feel good for you. So I would love to hear from somebody who would like to kind of crack into this spiritual vision. Any initial kind of pings, or maybe a couple words that you feel how you're wanting to and desiring to show up in the world. So who would like to jump in there and jam out with me?
I can do it.
Awesome. Who's this? Who are you?
I'm Marty, and I'm in Zurich, Switzerland.
Hi, Marty. Wow. What time is it there?
I don't even know. It's around 8 o'clock at night.
Okay. Well, welcome. Yeah. I'm glad you're here.
Thanks.
Awesome.
I'm not going to turn my camera on. Well, I could. I don't look good all. I mean, you all know me, though,
Marty.
anyway.
It's all good, Marty.
Hi. Hey, all. Hi, Callie. All right. Mine is that my purpose in life is to move people. I move people no matter what I do, and not to move them forcibly, but to move them through the light of God, to move them through so that they feel like after they've met me, that they've been changed a little bit. Whether that be through song, whether it be meeting somebody on the street, whether that be teaching somebody, whatever I do. So that is my purpose. And then for the spiritual thing, it's also to help people, not to help people, but to lead them to discover that they can do their vision, that they have a dream and they can make that come true. Oh. That everything is possible and it's all out there. The possibilities are all there.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Do you feel complete in that? Anything else you want to share?
No, that's it. That's what I'm working towards. It's on my wall.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Uh-huh.
And it was nice meeting you, Marty.
Nice meeting you too.
Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. So it's perfect. So it just kind of gives you an idea of, for me, the single biggest thing that always ever comes up to me is love. That is truly the embodiment of not only, if you're talking more surface level, my branding for my business, but it's also who I want to show up as, is truly this shining ball of love. I want to love on you. I want to give you a little squeeze. I want to tell you how amazing you are. That is who I want to show up in the world as. So maybe sit on that, chew on that little nugget there for a little while, and understand too that these questions and these intrinsic questions that I'm asking you, you're going to want to continue asking yourself throughout as time moves forward, because a lot of times people think that personal growth or, personal development is just I did that course, or I took this training, or I went to a conference, or I read a book, and then it's donezo, right? And then I'm good. But a personal growth, personal transformation is an ongoing thing that happens for your whole life. It doesn't stop and you don't just do it one time. So I would encourage you to reflect on these questions often, actually. So this could be your new quote, New Year's unresolutioning, where you're really connecting with your soul, you're deepening and sinking into that space rather than just defining these surface level wants. So this next question is something that you have to literally turn your logic mind off, and you have to sink into your heart, because your time, money, and resources do not even exist in the space that we're in right now. So the logic mind likes to think about, well, how is that even going to happen? How are you going to do that? How is this possible? We're not worried about the how at all. We want to focus on the what. So we want to really crack into, what is it that you desire? So that's the next question. I want you to literally write down, within the span of your lifetime, what is it that you desire within this lifetime? And that could be, experiences, go traveling. That could be relationships. That could be adding more to the family, starting a family. What is it that you desire from a deep level where time, money, resources do not matter in this space at all? So I don't want you to limit yourself. I want you to dream as big as you possibly can. And just jot down all those things. I know for me, obviously I've been doing this for a while. So I've got pages of this stuff where I'm just like, oh, wouldn't that be amazing if, la, 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 la. And it's like you're daydreaming. Wouldn't it be nice if? That's how you can start if you're finding a little challenging to crack into that. Wouldn't it be nice if, and then write that down. So does anybody have anything that they want to share on that? Any desires that come up right off the top of your brain and out of your heart that you feel comfortable sharing? Anyone?
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Gio.
Gio?
And yes.
Hi, Gio. Awesome.
Nice meeting you all. I don't want to show my face because I'm having lunch right now. So
okay, no problem.
I live in Pembroke Pines, Florida, and I'm very happy to be here.
Beautiful.
One of my desires is we're very family oriented. So my purpose or my main goal in life is to be able to retire my husband and just, be able to work from home or just being at home, me, my husband, and my son. I have a 10-year-old son. And just, to live in a ranch. Okay. That's one of my main goals, just to live in a ranch with my family, just to have a simple life. That's one of my main goals.
I love that. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gio. Thank you for sharing. Do you feel complete with that? Anything else you want to say?
No, I do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Awesome. I love that. So this extension of this next piece as we move on is really tapping into how you want to feel. Because when you're tapping into the feeling of how you want to operate in your life as well, these desires, that will help you navigate through this as well. So if you say, I want to have the feeling of fulfillment. So then you want to break that down a little bit more. Well, how are you what would then create this fulfillment feeling for you? What does that look like for you? You're defining it on your own terms. Because I guarantee you there would be pretty much like a theme for everyone, but everyone is going to have a different definition of what that is for them. So defining it on your own terms. So that's that next question is, how do you want to feel inside of your life? Because I know for me, just to give you an example, over this last year in 2016, I was able to accomplish and do some pretty amazing things that have been on my list of desires for a very long time. But I found myself in a constant space of overwhelm and exhaustion and tired. And so as I'm reworking things and I'm navigating myself through that, I really had to sit with myself and be like, okay, so Jen, I was like one of those conversations with myself, Jen, how do you want to feel that? If you don't want to feel this overwhelmed space, what would you rather feel? And so for me, I wanted to feel spaciousness. That was my core desired feeling at that moment. So then how are we going to create spaciousness for you? And so breaking that down. So this next piece that I want to talk to you about, there's 2 more questions, is all about your growth. How is it that in your life, whether it's this year or maybe moving forward, are there things that you want to learn, things that you want to grow in? So this could be taking classes, maybe getting a degree, finishing a degree, maybe there's certifications or trainings. So how is it that you want to grow in your life? Are there new concepts or understandings that really pique your interest, that kind of light you up inside, that you're excited to learn more about? Is that taking a watercolor class, right? Learning how to use watercolors on canvas? Is that, learning, I mean, gosh, there's so much to talk about. Is that getting your bachelor's degree? Is that getting your master's degree? Whatever that is. What kind of classes or schooling or certifications or growth do you want to really add to your life? Does anybody want to talk about their growth? Anybody at all?
Okay, I will.
Who is this? Cindy?
This is Cindy. Yes.
Hi, Cindy.
So sorry, I don't have my camera on because my computer is very old and my Zoom puts it upside down, and it's very blurry.
It's all good.
But I would really like this year to get into some classes, whether it's online or at home, whatever. I would like to become a certified aromatherapist. Just because I love the science behind the oils, and I don't necessarily always understand it. And I think that would help me have a better understanding of some of the parts of it that I really want to understand.
I love that. That's awesome. Yay. Thank you so much. Do you feel anything else you want to add to that?
Right now, that's my biggie.
Okay.
So,
Beautiful. Thank you so much, love, for sharing.
absolutely.
Yay. And it looks like Gio just threw something in the chat there. She said, I share the same desire. So beautiful. All right. So this next question, moving on. How is it? And this is actually where you're going to find fulfillment. Tony Robbins actually says that these last two things we've been talking about, the growth aspect and this last contributing factor, is really where the fulfillment in your life comes from. So how do you want to contribute outside of yourself? Whether that is through giving or serving, supporting, whether that's charity. So how do you want to contribute outside of yourself? I know for me, my business is actually what I call my spiritual journey realized. My business is a vehicle in which I'm able to actually do the things I'm here to do in the world. And it's just a really beautiful platform for me to do that, to help inspire and empower people and remind them of their brilliance and their magnificence. So my business is one of the ways that I'm able to contribute outside of myself, and giving and serving. And there's a lot of things that I do where I'm not, and I know business, like you think of, business for profit. There's a lot of elements to my business where there's no profit whatsoever. It's just me coming from a pure space of service and wanting to support other people in their own journey. So what does that look like to you? How do you want to contribute outside of yourself? So who would like to share a little tidbit on that? Anybody? Do I just call on someone like randomly?
I'll share with you, Jen.
Okay. Awesome. Perfect.
I take myself off mute. So part of like my bigger purpose, and one of the reasons I'm using doTERRA is kind of like the vehicle, is my heart's always been in animal welfare. Like that's like animal cruelty, like for sure, like in that core. Kind of helping prevent that, like the stories of the people who go undercover and go save the elephants, like that's me.
Oh, that's beautiful. So break that down a little further then. So how are you doing that?
What do you mean?
So through the oils, through oil help, through.
Well, financially, yeah, because I mean, obviously I wouldn't be able to do that unless I was completely out of my job. Just being able to kind of generate that income off of like the traditional patterns. Cause I mean, I don't really think they'd pay me to go save an elephant. So
right. You never know. I mean,
it's stranger things have happened, but yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. I love that. I mean, if you can see over here, I've got one of my fur babies kicking it behind me, my little pug. So I resonate with that. I'm a huge animal person myself. So thank you for sharing, love. Appreciate it. Awesome. So there's just one other little tidbit that I have for you all today, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. So is there a problem that you see in the world? And maybe that doesn't have to be the world of worlds, right? That could just be your city. It could just be in your state. It doesn't have to be global. Is there a problem that you're passionate about that perhaps you can add value to so serving and supporting? So just jot that down. So is there a problem in the world, something that you feel that is just, maybe there's an injustice? Maybe there's some cruelty. Maybe there's unfairness happening. What problem would you identify that you're most passionate about? It really revs you up. And how then can you add value to helping others, or maybe that's an animal, or maybe that's the preservation of our Mother Earth. So just jot that little piece down. Beautiful. Does anybody want to share?
I'll share with you, Jen.
Awesome. Who's this?
Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
I am a registered nurse, and one thing that really has struck a chord with me is just our world's health as a whole, and especially in the United States. It's sad. People, what makes it the most depressing to me is that people don't know that they have other options, that there are ways to improve their health, and it's because, you know, the dietary options and the health options that are mainstream aren't necessarily the kinds of things that are going to support them the best. And so I guess, and this kind of flows into my answers to all of the questions you've already asked, but I would love to be able to teach people how they can take control of all of that on their own and not have to depend on a third party.
Yeah.
Tell them how to be healthy and what choices they need to make, because they can empower themselves and do that on their own.
Beautiful. Yeah, I think that you're in good company here. For sure. Thank you so much for sharing that. I felt that from you. I really did. So do you feel complete in that? Anything else you want to share? You're good? Okay. Awesome. So as you guys continue to sink into this a little bit further on your own time, what you would want to do, so you've written down all your desires and your dreams. They're not inside of a box. There's no limitations. Time, money, and resources are not even considered in this. What I want you to do is I want you to kind of look over them and which ones stand out the most. Which ones are almost like yelling at you, like, I need you to look at me right now. So look at kind of over them and see if there are the ones that are the ones that call out to you the most, and just put like a star next to those ones. And obviously this is something you'll want to do a little bit more on your own time. So homework, whatever you want to, if you want to, it's up to you. And then what I would suggest to actually put movement into these, because right, so you could sit here and we could talk about how amazing it would be to do this, and how this is what I'm passionate about, and this is how I can add value to other people. But if there's not movement there, if you're not taking inspired action, you're not actually adding that element, then it's not that it's useless. It's just, it's not going to be fulfilled. So we want to add some movement and some forward momentum in there. So to do that, the ones that you start, the ones that you feel are the most calling out to you, the ones that stand out and they're like on their tippy toes, like, look at me, then what you want to consider is putting all of those into like themes. So let me give you an example. So when I'm doing this work specifically for my business, I'm writing down things, the desires that I have right now. I have a lot to say. I have a lot of growth that has happened for me in the last year on things that I feel people really could be benefiting by through my own personal experience. I have a lot of things that I want to talk about. I have a lot of concepts that I'm still sinking myself into that I'm excited to talk about. So I actually want to start sharing those things. So I want to start a podcast. I have the desire to start writing for media publications, online publications, and things of that nature. And so as I look at these things, those would actually clump together in a theme. So you want to look for themes, like arcing themes in your desires. So those would be classified, what I'm classifying it as for my business would be visibility. It's actually on a platform, getting my voice out so that I can be heard, so that I can help, so that I can inspire, and so that I can empower. So for me, visibility is a big theme right now in my life and my business. So I like to break down the year into 90-day chunks. So we have 4 quarters in a year. So you're breaking your year into 4 chunks. Okay. So if you look at now I'm not a very structured, I just want to tell you where I'm coming from. I don't live in structure, timelines, and deadlines. I don't roll that way. That's not how Jen jams. I allow myself to be led and really how God wants to work through me. I'm okay not being in a deadline or a timeline. Now, I do realize that being a human being, we're still operating in a space of the world where everyone else operates in time. So we do have to add a little bit of stuff in there, right? So in your first 90-day chunk, as you're looking over your themes, what would be the first theme that's most calling out to you? So like, as I mentioned before, visibility is my biggest theme right now. So for the first and the second quarter of the year, I'm focused solely on visibility for my business and getting my voice heard in these platforms. Does that make sense? Are you guys good with that? Like, is that, yeah? So the reason why you want to do that is you don't want to focus on too many things at once. Because if you've ever had, you like to use the example of like when your computer's open and you have like 50 tabs. I know I'm totally guilty of that all the time. I don't know if anybody else is. Having like 50 tabs open and running at the same time, what happens to your computer? It starts to slow down, gets a little, maybe it freezes on you. So the same thing happens with our direction and our focus. So we want to really stay between 1, 2, or 3 things that we're focusing on at a time. So that's why, like I said, within the first 2 quarters of this year, I'm focusing solely on visibility. And then when I break that down, it's podcast, it's writing articles, and it's a couple other little things as well. So does that make sense? You want to make sure you're staying focused on just between 1 and 3 things at a time. So that would be my little nuggets on really setting some heart-aligned, soulful desires that you can actually start moving into the new year with. So, yeah. So that's it, y'all. That's what I've got for you today. Is that Callie's? Oh, that was Heather. Okay. Callie, my love, are you there?
I actually loved everything that you said. And as we're approaching our doTERRA business, this is one thing we do. I think what you said in terms of what are those chunks look like, I think we're all in different seasons of our business. Some of you feeling like I'm in a season of new recruiting and I'm hitting it hard. And Kirsten Pula, I know you're in that season where you're like, I am massively recruiting. Some of you are feeling like I need to go do massive customer service and follow up and take care and nurture those that I have and grow what I have. Maybe you're in a season like Cindy, where it's like, I'm in a season of learning and growth, and I want to expand my mind, and I want to be more qualified for the rewards that I desire. And so I just think that everything you said was phenomenal. I loved it all, Jen. And, I think sometimes we play in this world of thoughts and feelings, and sometimes, especially maybe men or I don't know, are like, what are you guys talking about? How can this be powerful? How can this really be productive? Just go out and work. Yeah. But there's something really magical in the sense of getting your heart purified, your mind purified, your soul in alignment, where it's not so much push, like things start to be orchestrated for you a little bit. I just noticed like the right people will show up and things will show up. And another thing that you did, and I just want to just give this little tidbit, is you talk a lot about visualization and manifestation and meditation, Jen. And could you just share with us maybe how you would take what you have here, these ideas, and then work it into maybe a quiet practice to actually help you?
Yeah, absolutely. So visualization is huge. I mean, this is, I could literally jam out for you on like hours about this stuff. But for the sake of what I want to share with you on this is your mind doesn't know the difference between reality and or not really what's going on in like you're visualizing and what you think is really happening. So if you're actually like going within yourself and you're visualizing the desired outcome that you actually want, like the best case scenario, and you're feeling the feeling behind what that's going to feel like. So I like to talk about defining who your future self is. who is the future you maybe in like a year? So is this person, if you're sinking into and you're really visualizing who this person is, you want to start making decisions from this future you space. So you're making decisions from empowerment, from love, not from fear, not from scarcity, and really making decisions from your future you. And you want to visualize this future you, visualize the desires that sit on your heart every day if you can, as much as possible. I mean, the most successful entrepreneurs, if you're just looking at it as a business side, the most successful entrepreneurs will tell you that they already saw through visualization these amazing accomplishments that they've already fulfilled. So visualization is so important. There's actually a great book called Creative Visualization. I can get you the author. I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's like Shuts. I don't know off the top of my head, but that's a really great book if you want to kind of tune into visualizations. But it's just getting yourself in a relaxed space. And it's daydreaming. You're daydreaming essentially and feeling the feeling of what it's going to feel like as though it's already happened. So
I love it. Well, I want to make sure I know that you've got a jet. Do you have a couple more minutes, like 5 more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so first off, I know that you have some people here. I know that a lot of these people are going to resonate with you, and I know that you have a couple of offerings and specials that you could even provide our team. Would you just kind of tell a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah. No, thank you. So I actually created, if you guys are really resonating with what I talked about today, I actually have a brand new offering called Forward, which is it helps you move forward into this year ahead with being within your deep desires, having that vision, but doing it. And you actually talked a little bit about this too, Kelly, which I loved. I wasn't even going to go there. But actually doing it in a feminine energy, which if you're talking about masculine versus feminine, I'm not talking about man versus woman. Masculine energy is a lot more focused, linear, move forward, let's go, point A to point B. That's masculine energy. Feminine energy is tapping into the creation. It's your intuition. It's the desire part. And so those are two very different energies, and both of them lie and reside within every person. Every person has this to complete us as a whole. And so this offering that I have called Forward really gives you the space to sink into feminine focus to align you with your soulful desires. So that's an offering that I have, and I of course can give you guys a really beautiful deal on that. You can, I guess, just contact me if you're interested. And then if you like manifestation, I actually have a full-fledged 10-week course, an online training course that walks you through my 10-step method to manifestation. And I've had over 5,500 people move through this, and I have thousands of testimonials who could speak to the stuff that happened in their life and their business, rank advancings, specifically for doTERRA, but really just deepening you and growing you as a human being is really what it's all about. So the kind of the tagline that I have for that product is, if you want to grow your business, you've got to grow you. And so that's what it will help you do. So
awesome. Yeah. I'll have my assistant reach out to you, and she can give everyone the information. That way you don't have to.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah.
Do all of that. But anyway, I'd love to be able to open it up to any Q&A that people have for the amazing Jen. Anyone have any questions?
I actually do. It's Marty again.
Marty, what's up?
Hi. Okay, I turned myself back on. The last thing that you talked about, the inspired action, like that, it helped with what Callie said, because I was like, visibility in your business. Everything that you talk about, my biggest thing is kids. As Callie will tell you, I love kids. I love moving them. I love inspiring them and taking them so that they know that anything is possible. No matter what happens in your life, you can do anything. You can create anything out of it, And that goes for me all across the world, like going on different continents, like working with kids in Africa or India or wherever, but basically my inspired action right now is just customer service.
Okay.
and getting my income stable every month.
Okay.
Does that sound, is that, because I know that if that gets, I was really thinking, okay, how inspired, I'm doing a children's choir, I'm working with kids, I'm trying to move on all aspects that I can.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking, something like maybe doing some sort of project in the summer or something. But I don't know. I just wanted your feedback on that, because that was kind of like a stump for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so inspired, I mean, I could literally jam out for a long time about this to give you like full broad spectrum of what that means. So inspired action is really taking action from an inspired space, just like it says, right? But what the heck does that even mean? So that means that there are these things out in the universe called synchronicities. And I like to define synchronicities as sparkling intersections, or people also call them coincidences. There are these things that seem almost too just like, that's just kind of strange. Like, did I really just like hear that 3 times in a row? Or I just heard about this person or this book like a bunch of times. It's almost like God or the universe is putting this in your face as like a little sparkle for you to look at and pay attention to. And so these synchronicities, like I said, they're sparkling intersections. And that is literally how I live my life. I follow these synchronicities. I follow what God puts in my path. And I literally allow myself to serve, and I'm in a space of surrendering. That's a whole other conversation. But back to in this inspired action space, it's living from a space of taking action where you feel inspired to take action. So if you feel very called, I mean, just the way that your energy was when you said customer service clearly didn't feel too inspired to me. However, there is a way that you can reframe your perspective on that. So how can you love on people more through your interaction with your clients and your customers? That is a totally different energy than, quote, customer service.
Right, which I totally get. And I just said customer service like that because I was like, it's kind of just there. It's not like this huge inspiration, but it's, for me, the most important thing on doTERRA is that everyone on my team, no matter who they are, no matter if they order, that they know their value.
Yeah.
And I can do that through customer service and through builder service. I can really help them move forward. That's also what inspires me about Callie and Emily and all those that do that for me. And I'd like to give it further,
And too, Marty, Megan and I are always trying to operate out of inspired action. It's what is the need of our team? Let's think and ponder it. Oh, what if we did a 2-week getting started training? Or sometimes inspired action is looking at your team and looking at the names and then selecting who you feel drawn to call, or who do you feel drawn to reach out to? And that could be builders or it could be customers too. Sorry, Jen, I just wanted to add that 2 cents to kind of round it out.
No, that's perfect. I love that.
And I also really loved what you said, because it really is very pointed to me. Talk about synchronicity. Narrowing it down. Narrow it down. Narrow your focus down.
Yeah.
Right now I feel like I'm running like a chicken with my head cut off.
Yeah.
And narrowing it down.
Yeah. That's and I know that so well, because like I said, I just lived that in that space of overwhelm. And I'm so excited to do so many things because I feel called to help. Right. And so, but living in that space, we are still human. We still need to make sure we are loving on ourselves as well, not just living on the people that we want to serve and the kids, but we also need to love ourselves. And so creating focus, this feminine oriented focus, allows you to do just that. It allows you to brain dump all of your desires out. So here are all the things happening that I desire, how I want to serve. And let me operate in a space that feels good to me, that I'm operating in a space where it's not overwhelm, it's not exhaustion. I'm not like breaking down, because that is a recipe for freaking chaos. And like I said, I know that so well because that's exactly how I lived last year. I had to take a solid 1.5 months off. I had to stop taking personal clients. I am now like, I'm good now. But like that, I got to such a crumbling point and just such a space of overwhelm because I was like so excited to do everything all at once. So I had to close a lot of the tabs on my computer and really just stay focused with what was most pressing for me on my heart, what was most calling to me at that time, and trusting and knowing that it's going to pan out just the way it's supposed to be. I know that I'm exactly where I am right now in this moment based on divine timing. Everything is going to work out just the way it's going to do, just the way it's supposed to.
You're up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Higher sisters from another mother.
So does anyone else have a dying question before we wrap up and bid farewell to our amazing guest today? Kirsten, I see you're unmuted. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I didn't have a question. I just wanted to just share. Sorry, my kids are crying, so I'm trying to come to a quiet spot. But I wanted to share too that just to fill in with what you guys spoke about. In my journey, I've been with doTERRA for a long time, but I just have had this inspiration through Kelly to just regroup and kind of nurture the vineyard that I had from before. And it's been really actually pretty miraculous through patience and just through taking those who have been with me this whole time, who have still ordered. I have actually found out just through friends that I actually see every day, neighbors, and through people who have been on my team, that all they really have appreciated and wanted over this time that I've actually decided to do it as a business and share is they really appreciated all of the education, because most of them did not have the proper education or the proper knowledge of even the background of what doTERRA is and what they stand for as a company as a whole, and also the products. They use the products, they love them, but they didn't really know the background of it. And so as I've been teaching people and doing a lot of one-on-one classes, I've really started to hear the appreciation in their voice and the appreciation and value in me as their leader, as I'm teaching classes with them. They're always calling me. And so not only calling me, but they appreciate the value behind the business. And so as we use it as a vehicle, I think it's really important that as we're valuing our customers who are ordering through us and taking our classes, that we really teach them and teach them the value of everything as a whole, because it can be duplicated that way. And I think when we really value people and we let them know what they're actually not only buying, but that they are that they can share this with others in wholeness, not just by how great the product is, but in how it can create wellness in their family and how it can create financial stability and all of the above. Does that make sense?
Were you
Yes.
talking to me or Callie? Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Either one. Either one.
Yeah.
And I think when people are appreciative of you, that is a sign to me that you're doing it right? That your heart is in the right place, that they feel it, that you're coming from a spirit of service, not like sell. So
Right.
Way to go, Kirsten. Well, Jen, do you have any last words for us? You were absolutely marvelous. I took massive notes, and I'm excited to actually sit down and write my 2017 out more clearly.
Beautiful. I mean, really just that I'm just so honored to be here with you. And it means a lot. I mean, I don't just do this because like I want to talk about, get on a platform. Like I genuinely do this because I care. So thank you. Yeah, just thank you so much for letting me share and be here with you.
And she has
Callie?
a gorgeous website that you can check out, and then we'll get you information on those courses. I'm sorry, someone said something?
It's me, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Callie. Hi.
Kelly! Oh,
Hi, my beautiful
my love.
Jen.
How are you?
I'm good. Hey, so I just wanted to tell everybody, if you're feeling like stuck and I for a while have felt really stuck, and I felt really like not sure what my purpose is and all sorts of things. And I've been working with Jen for a while, and I'm doing her forward. And there's a booklet. I don't know. Do you call it a booklet? Is that what you call it?
It's a playbook. Yes.
A playbook. So I wish I had waterproof paper, because I printed this out, and there've been so many tears going through this, happy and sad tears though, like, and just release of some, and it's really helping me figure out who I really am and who I really want to be and who I really want to show up with. And so if you're feeling that, you might look at that. It has really been an amazing journey, and I've had it for a couple of weeks, and I've really just dove into it the last few days especially, and it's really really helping me open myself up to who I really am. And I think that as we walk our journey through life, we kind of put ourselves in roles that other people put us, and we're the mom, we're the daughter, and sometimes we lose who we are and all of that. And this your playbook is really helping me remember who I am, and I'm really appreciative for that. And if people are feeling that too, they should look at that. So
Oh, thank you.
Love you, my dear friend.
I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And just like a side note too, as Kelly was talking about that, I actually have, and Kel, I'm going to send you one too, or else I'll give one to you as well, because I'm going to see you this next week. But I actually have two. I've created a special, of course, doTERRA essential oil blend called Feminine Focus. And if you're interested, I would be happy to gift for two people, if anyone wants to work with me and through that, I would be willing to gift you the feminine blend, the Feminine Focus blend. So, and it comes super cute. I ordered these amazing labels in this hot pink bottle. It's super cute.
I saw it. It was really amazing. Yeah. I saw your Facebook. That's so fun. Well, thank you. What a treat to have you on, Jen. Thank you for taking our time. Thank you for taking your time to share these things with us. And again, our doTERRA journey, of course, we want you to conquer the world and create residual income and all of that too. But here at the EO Movement, we also want to help you to have that life transformation and to come into your own and really show up the way that you were intended to show up and fulfill the full measure of creation on this earth. That is something that I'm passionate about, and so grateful that you can help us and be a messenger for that, Jen. So thanks, everybody. Let's give her a big round of applause. And we will share this recording on the EO Facebook group so you can share it with your people. Okay, everybody?
Awesome.
We'll talk to you later.
Right.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.